You know that number on your paycheck? The one you get every couple of weeks? It feels pretty solid, right? Like, that's the number. But what if I told you that number is only like half the story? Today, we're gonna dig in and decode what your salary is truly worth.
All right, let's jump right in with a little puzzle. It is so easy to get caught up in what I like to call the salary illusion. This idea that a bigger number on your offer letter is always better. But as you're about to see, that is almost never the full picture.
So picture this. You're an engineer, and you've got 3 fantastic job offers on the table. One in Houston, Texas for 95 grand, another in Salt Lake City for 110,000, and a third in San Jose, California for a whopping $120,000. Now, just looking at those raw numbers, I mean, the choice seems pretty obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah, that 120K in San Jose is definitely screaming, pick me. But hang on a second. Hold that thought. Because the most important question isn't which salary is the highest, it's which salary will buy me the most. And believe me, that is a very, very different question.
So how do we actually solve this puzzle? Well, we need the right tools for the job. So let's open up our Economist Toolkit and find a way to see past that illusion and figure out the real value hidden inside that paycheck.
Okay, first tool out of the box, the difference between nominal and real income. So nominal income? That's just the dollar amount on your offer letter, the sticker price basically. But real income, that's the hero of our story. It's what your money actually buys. It's your true purchasing power. That's the number we really care about.
So what messes with our real income? Well, one of the biggest culprits is inflation. It's that kind of invisible force that's always making a dollar today worth just a little bit less than it was yesterday. It's the reason your grandpa tells stories about buying a candy bar for a nickel, something you and I definitely can't do.
And how do we even track this sneaky thing? Economists have a tool for that too. It's called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a giant national shopping cart. It's filled with all the stuff we buy, gas, groceries, all that. By watching how the total price of that cart changes over time, we get a really clear picture of what inflation is doing.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. This is different from the cost of living. See, while inflation measures price changes over time, the cost of living measures price differences across space, across different places. It's literally comparing the price of that exact same shopping cart in, say, San Jose versus Houston. And that is what helps us understand just how far our money's going to go in one city versus another.
Okay, toolkit assembled. We've got nominal versus real income, and we've got the super important idea of cost of living. So now let's put these tools to work and finally solve our engineer's little job offer dilemma.
So here's our table again, but this time we've added a crucial piece of data, the cost of living differential. Think of this number as a comparison to the US national average, which we'll call our baseline of 100%. So you can see Houston is about 6% cheaper than average, Salt Lake City is pretty much right on the average, and San Jose, well, wow, it's over 23% more expensive. This right here is the key to comparing them fairly. And now for the magic trick. The formula to figure this all out is actually super simple. You just take the salary offer and divide it by that cost of living percentage. It's a tiny bit of math that is about to reveal the true winner. And there it is. The results are in. And would you look at that? That massive $120,000 salary in San Jose? Once you adjust for the cost of living, its real purchasing power is just over $97,000. That's less than the Houston offer. And the surprise winner? Salt Lake City, where that $110,000 salary gives you, well, almost $110,000 in actual buying power. Incredible.
I mean, this chart just makes it crystal clear, doesn't it? The strongest offer isn't the one with the biggest nominal salary. Nope, it's the one with the greatest purchasing power. That super impressive looking San Jose salary is actually the weakest offer of the 3 when you look at what you can truly afford.
And this isn't just some fun thought experiment for people looking for a new job. No, this disconnect, this gap between a paycheck's number and its real value, it's actually part of a huge economic story that's affecting workers all over the world. There's a name for it, decoupling.
Yeah, according to the OECD, we're seeing this major trend where even as workers get more and more productive, their real wages just aren't keeping up. To put it another way, even though we're all creating more value at work, the typical worker just isn't seeing that translate into more purchasing power in their pocket.
So why is this even happening? Well, research points to a couple of main drivers. First, something called the labor share, which is basically the slice of the whole economic pie that goes to paying workers, has been getting smaller. And second, wage inequality is on the rise. We're seeing massive wage growth at the very, very top, which pulls the average up, but it kind of leaves the person in the middle, the median worker, behind.
And we can take this same idea and scale it up to the whole world using a tool called Purchasing Power Parity, or PPP. Just think of it like a cost of living index, but for entire countries. It lets us make these apples-to-apples comparisons of the real value of incomes, even across different currencies and economies.
Okay, take a look at this. On paper, if you just use the exchange rate, the average salary in Switzerland looks way higher than in Germany. But here's the catch. Switzerland is incredibly expensive. So when you adjust for that using purchasing power parity, you see that the actual buying power of the average German salary is higher. It's the same story, just on a global scale. The bigger number is not the whole story. All right, so these economic forces are obviously huge. But that does not mean you're powerless, not at all. Your salary isn't just income. It's the #1 tool you have for building wealth. So the real question is, how do you make sure you're using it the right way?
The goal here is to turn your salary into the engine of your wealth, and there are 4 really powerful strategies to make that happen. 1. Invest consistently. 2. Get rid of that high-interest debt. 3. Avoid the dreaded lifestyle creep. And 4, and this is a big one, always, always invest in yourself.
Let's zoom in on that first one for a second. Investing. A lot of experts talk about the 15% rule. The idea is to aim to invest about 15% of your gross income. If you do that consistently, month after month, that amount can grow like you wouldn't believe, all thanks to the magic of compounding. The key is consistency, not trying to time the market. And what about that lifestyle creep? Oh man, this is such a huge trap. You get a big raise, right? And what happens? Your spending immediately rises to meet it. But just look at this. If your income gets a 20% raise, but your lifestyle costs go up 18%, you've only made 2% of real progress. Your financial growth slows to a crawl. The key is to let your wealth compound, not your expenses. And that really gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? Building wealth, it's not about getting some lucky break or winning the lottery. It's about discipline. It's about intention. It's about turning every single paycheck into a deliberate step towards your financial freedom through consistent actions month after month.
So, we've seen that the big number on your paycheck can be a bit of an illusion. But its potential? Oh, its potential is very, very real. Your salary is the most powerful tool you have for building wealth. So I'll leave you with this final question. Are you using it right?